Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new episode of NASCAR Heat 3 Career Mode. Today we go to Iowa in the Xfinity Series and Pocono in the Cup Series where we finished second earlier this season, so hopefully we can gain that one extra position in today's race. But in the Xfinity Series we had Derek Kraus back in the car here in Iowa, hoping to get a solid finish. Obviously we're locked into the playoffs with this team now, as Kraus did start in that 15th position, so it wasn't the best qualifying effort. Iowa is a very tough track in NASCAR Heat 3, so I wasn't really expecting much from Kraus as he came down the back straightaway 3 wide with Tyler Reddick and Ryan Sieg there in the Lombard Bros gaming cars. Came out of turn 4. There you see Cole Custer was in the lead. By the midway point, Kraus was still in that 13th position, making an ambitious move there to the inside of Sieg, who had gotten ahead of him, and he had actually gotten onto the apron and gotten very sideways, and he would lose some position and go down to P16 by the time it came to the final lap. He actually had to avoid a crash there, as you can see on the right hand side of the track as he came to the white flag, and he was certainly having a bit of a moment there getting past that incident, but he would come down the back straightaway, gain a bunch of positions from that crash, and move into P11 as he came through turns 3 and 4, trying his best to get the top 10 as he gets sideways, using up the left side of the 39 of Sieg, but he would come through to get P11 for us here in Iowa. So not a great finish, but nothing to be too disappointed about considering how tough this track truly can be. And obviously now we don't really have to worry about fighting for the playoffs. We're just trying to decide on a driver who we're going to have in for the full playoffs. So we'll make a decision pretty shortly. We're going into the road course swing now for Xfinity. We're going to have some surprises. I can't say too much yet, but we're going to have some surprises in the car coming up. And now it's time to set our focus on the Cup Series race. Like I said, we finished second here earlier in the season at Pocono, and hopefully we can gain that one more position today as we came through to qualifying. We made it to the third and final session as we came down the front straightaway, coming through to set a lap. We had a 50.6 at the time, but we came through to hit a 50.4, which was my best lap out of all of qualifying, so I would call it right there, and we will start in the 7th position in Pocono. So let's go and move ourselves forwards and try to win this race.
Today, the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series makes its final stop at Pocono Raceway for the running of the Gander Outdoors 400. Now, it's always fun coming to this unique 2.5-mile triangle-shaped speedway. All 3 turns are different, and the banking in those turns is far less than most tracks of its size. The 3 straightaways are all different lengths, too. This track operates more like a road course than a speedway with all the gear shifting required. That means crew chiefs will once again be on the hot seat as they try to find that perfect setup that will get their drivers to victory lane.
Alright, we are ready to get going here in Pocono. Kevin Harvick once again on the pole. Michael McDowell looks a bit slow today. Their team has their work cut out for them. Ross Chastain failed technical inspection, so he will start in the back of the field, and that's the only 2 notes coming into this race as we get ready to go green with Harvick, our teammate, and Ryan Blaney on the outside front row as we get ready to go green. The green flag is out. We are underway here in Pocono now behind the 22 of Joey Logano as we head down towards turns 1 for the first time. A very long stretch down into turn 1 as we head down. Harvick and Blaney side by side as they head down into the corner now as we look to the inside of Martin Truex Jr. Very close to being a rival with him. We don't want to get into it with Truex early on in this race now as we come out of turn 1. Harvick in command as we come down the straightaway. Larson and Blaney up ahead side by side as we sit in the 6th position currently as we head down towards the tunnel turn. And as we head into the tunnel turn side by side with the 19 of Martin Truex Jr., we slide a little bit and come out of the tunnel turn and get into the side of the 19. And we know that Martin Truex Jr., he's probably not going to be very happy with that, as we've certainly had some moments with him this season, but we're just going to try to leave him his space now as we come through turn 3. Harvick at the moment checking out very early on as we come out of turn 3 on the back of Logano. Now we're going to force it up the middle in a 3-wide situation with the 22 and the 18 as we come across the line, moving ourselves now into the top 5 as Larson and Blaney battle side by side. We're going to send it to the inside of them and take it 3 wide again as we head into turns 1 as we quickly try to move our way up the field as we got sideways into the corner, but it doesn't matter. We come through turns 1 to move up into the 2nd position as we now try to run down our teammate of Kevin Harvick by the time we came to lap 3, still in 2nd place, but Logano had moved up behind me as Harvick was pretty much just driving away with it at this point. And we try to hold on to that second position over Joey Logano. The car certainly didn't feel as strong as it did in the first race as we sit P2 behind Harvick. And as we came a little bit later down the straightaway into the tunnel turn, Logano would send it up my inside. A very late, ambitious move, and we would go up towards the wall as he hit me in the left rear there in the tunnel turn. I might have came down on him, so it might have been my fault, but we would regroup and try to work our way back forwards. We would get on the back bumper here of Ryan Blaney. As you see, he sits in P6 as we came out of turns 3. We didn't get any damage somehow, and we would be able to get our way, or move our way back past Blaney and move into the 6th position and get all the way up to P4 on lap 6 as the 4 goes spinning. Kevin Harvick, the leader, has spun into the inside wall, and that would take him completely out of this race as the green flag would stay out and we would not get a caution. And obviously this would completely change the picture for the stage win, putting us in contention to win this stage. Now as we look to the inside of Keselowski as we came down the straightaway on lap 7, heading down towards, I believe, the tunnel turn now, as we have Truex behind lurking. As we go into the tunnel turn, the 19 blows the right front tire and hard into the wall. Mark Truex Jr. goes, and that would once again have an incident and bring out the caution here in Pocono as we just barely squeezed ahead of the two of Keselowski and get this second position, completely changing up the picture once again now as we get ready to restart in second place here alongside Kyle Busch with just a few laps to go on the stage as the green flag is back out. We are underway once again in Pocono. 2 laps remain in stage 1. Kyle Busch with a very poor restart, allowing me to get the edge on him with help from behind of Chase Elliott in the number 9 car as we head down towards turns 1. It looks like we will clear the 18 of Busch, and immediately I hop down to that inside line now as we have a chance to steal the stage victory. We weren't in contention the whole stage to win it, and now here we are with just 2 laps to go, leading this stage as we head down towards the tunnel turn. Chase Elliott behind me trying to take second place away from Kyle Busch, and by the time we came to the white flag they would still be battling side by side with a big run on me as we went down towards turns 1. And now we sit in command though, going into the corners. The 9 looks to my outside for a brief moment, but we are able to stay clear of the 9 of Chase Elliott and the 18 of Kyle Busch as we head down the straightaway for the final time here in stage 1, heading towards the tunnel turn as we try to manage both lanes right now as we head down to the corner, just making sure that they don't have a chance to pass me on the inside, especially as we go through the tunnel turn for the final time in the stage. We come out of there pretty clean and put a few car lengths between myself and the 18 and the 9 of Kyle Busch and Chase Elliott, who continue to battle side by side as we go through turns 3 for the final time in stage 1. We weren't in contention to really win the stage until the caution, and now we're going to take advantage and come through to win stage 1 here in Pocono, just over Kyle Busch and Chase Elliott. So a great stage 1 effort for us, and I was very, very happy with that. We would come to pit road and take 4 tires and 2 cans of fuel, and this would set us back actually because we had a bunch of cars, 13 to be exact, that stayed out. So we got some slow cars up ahead that we have to get through here. And as we get ready to go green, the green flag is back out, and stage 2 is underway now in Pocono, just in front of the 9 again of Chase Elliott, behind the 38 of Haley Deegan in her rookie season now, as we make the long stretch down towards turns 1. We have Martin Truex Jr. up there actually. He did not DNF from the race, so he's still in here, and he's going to try and pull something off now as we come through turns 1. The 34 of Michael McDowell on my inside as we come down the back straightaway, giving a shot to the bumper of Haley Deegan. Nowhere at this point for me really to go, but we got clear of McDowell, and that allowed me to get to that inside behind Ryan Truex now, so it was a lot more comfortable here on this bottom line as we came through the tunnel turn for the first time in this second stage. Now making a 3 wide as we exit the corner with Truex and Deegan now as we head down towards turn 3. Elliott going to follow me through. As you see up ahead, Martin Truex Jr. quickly working his way through the field as he certainly has a fast car, so he may be able to pull something off here in this second stage if he can get away from us as we come down the front straightaway, moving now into the top 10, looking to the inside of Brendan Gaughan, and by the time we came to lap 2, getting to the inside of the 51 of Cody Ware, moving up into the top 5 at this point as Truex, he got up to second place as we went down towards turn 3, getting into the back of the 66 of Joey Gase, but fortunately he would keep the car straight. But certainly all of these cars staying out really has helped me once again to give me a chance to maybe win the stage as we go 3 wide across the line, getting ahead of Joey Gase and Ross Chastain as we head down the straightaway. They would lurk on my door there as we went down towards turns 1 as we try to set our sights on the cars up ahead of Truex and Sorensen now as we were, or actually that's Chastain up front, and by the time we came to lap 3 we would get a chance to pass these guys as we actually got into the back of the 19 again briefly there as we came into this clip, and certainly not what what we need to be doing, but we got to the inside of Truex going down into turns 1. He's probably not going to be very happy with me after this race. We've gotten into him a few times already, but we would be able to look to the inside of Chastain and take the lead away out of turns 1 now as we went down the straightaway, and we would not really look back throughout the rest of this stage as we were able to drive away with these slow cars being in the top 10. By the time we came to lap 7, Truex had gotten up to P2 ahead of Chastain, and Chase Elliott, he had worked his way up, I believe, to the 3rd position behind the 19 car of Truex, sorry. And by the time we came to the final lap of the stage, still in command over Truex and Elliott as we went down into turns 1. So certainly we've kind of lucked in to some stage wins here. We got really lucky to have a chance to win the first stage, and all the cars staying out put me in a position to get lucky again here in the second stage and put myself into the lead as we come down the straightaway for the final time in this second stage as we head down into the tunnel turn, down the final long straightaway before turns 3, as we just tried to hit our marks and not make any silly mistakes as we head in to the 3rd corner for the final time in the second stage. Truex and Elliott battle it out for that 2nd position. No, really not much of a battle as Truex is certainly in command over Elliott as we come out of turn 3, though. Down the front straightaway, we will come through to win the 2nd stage here in Pocono and set myself up pretty well for this final stage. And there you see Kyle Larson rounding out the top 10 in stage 2. We would have to come to pit road and take 4 tires and 2 cans of fuel because that's the only way we can have a competitive car. We will give up positions just like we did in the first race here earlier this season, but fortunately we are certainly much further up the field than we were last time here. We're still in the top 20, which will give me a chance to work my way forward here in this final stage as the green flag is out and we are underway, though. The only problem is we only have 13 laps in this final stage as we get a big run, though, allowing myself to look to the inside of Ryan Newman. Jimmy Johnson with a very poor start as well, and we make a 3 wide with him and Eric Almirola as we head down towards turns 1, immediately moving into the 16th position after restarting in, I believe it was 19th or whatever now, as we take a 3 wide, being very aggressive here in turns 1 because I felt like what costed me a chance to win last time was not being aggressive enough on the restart in this 3rd stage because we started so far back and it took us a while to move our way forwards. Now as we head into the tunnel turns, 3 wide there for a moment with Joey Gase as we would come out of the corner, though, working our way now back into the top 10 within half a lap. Last time here it took us a good 5 or 6 laps to get into the top 10, so certainly we are in command and have a very fast car in this final stage as we come out of turn 3, closing in now on the back of Kyle Larson, who does not have a lot of momentum. That allows me to look to the inside of him as we hit just 12 to go in this race, as we're going to look to the inside of Clint Boyer as well, who is one of our teammates obviously, as we head down towards turns 1, just about 3 wide with them, but Larson backed out of it now as he actually gets hit in the left rear there by Eric Jones and actually would move him up the track, allowing Jones to pass him as we came down the straightaway ahead of them both, moving into the 8th position as we closed in on Ross Chastain, moving to the right and deking back to the left and looking to his inside as we come down into the tunnel turn now, moving up into the 7th position late here in Pocono as we are approaching just 11 to go this time by, and by the time we came to lap 30 we got up to P6, passing Kyle Busch and looking to the inside of Keselowski now as we head down towards the tunnel turn. And we are certainly showing a lot more speed in this final stage as we battle side by side with Keselowski, and out of the tunnel turn he backs out of it and we get ahead of him and move into the 5th position as we look to the inside of the 1 of Kurt Busch as well. And we are certainly on a roll right now as we head into turn 3, falling ahead of the 1 of Kurt Busch, moving now into that 4th spot as we came to lap 31 through the tunnel turn, still in that 4th position, making a mistake though sliding up the track, but we keep it straight as we come down the straightaway trying to close in on the front 3 drivers. Logano leads over 2nd place Elliott, but now we have trouble behind, and it's Bowman in the tunnel turn, and around he goes for a spin hard into the wall, collecting Matt DiBenedetto as he comes to a stop there, and that would bring out a late race caution as it looked like he might have had a blown engine there, and we would get ready to restart in the 4th position behind Elliott and Logano. And as we get ready to go green, the green flag is back out here in Pocono. Not a very good start for the 9 or the 22, as we're having to get out of the throttle a lot now, as they are very slow. We get into the back of the 9 many times there, and we're going to push them out to the lead though here in Pocono as we clear the leader of Joey Logano as we head down towards turns 1. Kyle Busch looks to my outside, but we move ourselves into the 2nd position now with a chance to fight for the victory here in Pocono now, as we just need to hit our marks and try to run away with this with Chase Elliott as we try to battle it out for the victory late in Pocono as we approach 6 laps to go at the line now as we come through the tunnel turn, trying to close in on that 9, getting through the tunnel turn pretty smoothly now as we close in just a little bit on the back of that Napa car as we head into turns 3, coming to 6 to go. Like I said, Logano lurks behind, and we didn't get the best turn 3 there on the entrance, but we certainly get a better exit, and that makes up for it now as we come down the straightaway. Logano closing quickly as he's about a car length behind as we come through to complete this first lap in the since the restart now, as Logano looks to my left hand side for a brief moment, and now he's maybe going to make the move as we head into turns 1, though missing the bottom, and that allows the 22 of Joey Logano to get to my inside as we come out of turns 1, and we're going to battle side by side down the straightaway with the 22 of Joey Logano, using the draft from the 9 though to try and help me pull ahead of him as we head down towards the tunnel turn. And Elliott leads, continuing to lead into the tunnel turn as we get sideways there, moving back up the track, allowing the 22 of Joey Logano to get back to my left-hand side as I get out of the throttle there, allowing the 22 to clear me so I can get back into that inside just in front of Martin Truex Jr. as we come out of turns 3 now. Certainly not the first couple laps I wanted in this restart. It certainly looked good on the first lap, but this second lap wasn't very good. By the time we came to lap 38, 3 to go, still in third, but this time a chance to look to the inside of Joey Logano as we were trying to run down that 9 as we head into turns 1, making sure I stay on his inside because we need to make the move now and we got to get going forwards, and we would come out of turns 1 side by side with that 22 of Joey Logano down the straightaway, using the draft from the 9 of Chase Elliott to allow myself to pull ahead of the 22 as we would clear him and set our sights on the 9 as we head down through the tunnel turn, about to hit 2 laps to go at this point in the race as we once again close in on Elliott. By the time we came to 2 to go, approaching the white flag, still the same gap between myself and Elliott as we head into turns 3. Logano continuing to lurk behind me with his teammate Brad Keselowski as well as we come out of turn 3 though, closing in on the back of the 9 as we approach the final lap here in Pocono, and the white flag is out, using the draft from the 9 of Elliott as we head down towards turns 1. Elliott looks for win number 2 on the season as we look for win number 3 as we come through the corner, trying to hit it the best we can. Elliott, he misses the bottom on the exit and allows me to close in on him as we have just about a quarter of a car length between myself and him as we come down the straightaway heading towards the tunnel turn for the final time. We're going to have to hit this tunnel turn perfectly if we want to win this race now. As we come into the tunnel turn, we do hit it perfectly, and we come out of the corner closing in on the back of the 9 as we head down the straightaway, and a chance to look to his inside, and we take the opportunity as we head into turn 3 side by side with the 9 of Elliott through the corner. We are going to clear the 9 of Chase Elliott as we exit turn 3 as he's going to fall into second place as Logano looked like he wanted to look to the inside. As we come down the straightaway, we are going to win race number 3 on the season in Pocono.
It's yours.
A great finish here at this track, and certainly makes up for the second place finish earlier here in the season as we have been on fire with this team at the midway point of the season. Now 3 wins here, 1 in Michigan, Sonoma, and now Pocono. So very different tracks for sure, and hopefully we can keep this up now, as that was just a great finish for us. We won every stage. The first time in our career that we won stage 1, 2, and 3. We lucked into the first 2 stages. We really shouldn't have won any stage, but we pulled the race win off, and I was very, very happy with that. I hope you guys enjoyed that one because, man, it didn't look like we were going to have the speed there at the end, but we just kept with the 9 and made a move on the last lap. And every race that we've won this season, we've made a pass for the lead within the last 2 laps of the race. So certainly we like to kind of be the closer, I guess, like Kevin Harvick now, as we come out of here with a good sum of money as we sit P2, and the regular season standings only 13 points behind Kyle Busch. We might have a chance to win the regular season standings for the first time in our career, as you see the trophy there, and very happy, like I said, to win this race as we get to celebrate for the 3rd time this season. This is the most wins we've gotten in a season now, so hopefully we can keep it up. There's not a lot of tracks I see going forward that I can win at, but hopefully we can pick up at least another win or 2 to get up to 4 or 5. That would be nice here in our 3rd season as we do complete the incentive contracts, as we have some video messages.
What an incredible finish. Nice win.
Thank you, Austin Dillon.
10 career wins. Congratulations.
Thank you, Austin Dillon, again.
10 wins, that's amazing.
10 wins in the 2019 DLC. We've got more, obviously, than that in our career, but in the 2019 DLC we had 10.
10 career wins, congratulations.
Certainly everyone letting us know, and look at this, we have Martin Truex Jr. not very happy, and it shows as a rival right now, but it was our fault getting into him, so I apologize, and we keep him from being a rival for this next episode, as he's only one bar away now from being a rival. So basically, if we so much as touch Martin Truex Jr. in the next episode, we will have our first rival, as obviously it showed him as a rival for a brief moment, but we got really lucky there being able to apologize and keep him away from being a rival. And if you guys enjoyed this episode, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Those would all be very appreciated. In the next episode, we go to Watkins Glen, the second road course on the season, where we won at last season. So hopefully we can pull that off again. We got really lucky to even have a chance at winning last season. So we'll see what we can do there. As you see the playoff standings, Austin Dillon's the last car in. We'll see if it stays that way in the next episode. I will see you guys then. Thank you for watching, everybody, and have yourselves a great day.